Hey guys! So this week I'm back with another bullet journal setup. Here I'm showing you my rough draft planning that I did in my sketchbook. So obviously we're doing February and this month's theme is kind of wedding inspired. Lace, roses, pinks, mauves, whites, things like that. There are all the materials that I'll be using. So I want to do obviously a kind of romantic theme for February because it is Valentine's Day in February, but it's also my wedding anniversary. So I figured that'd be a cute mix. This is the collage page that I'm doing now. So I got a picture of my bouquet at my wedding and me holding it behind my back. Printed that at CVS, and that is, I guess, the center of the page. And then I wanted to include these cardboard sandwich bags. They're not cardboard, they're paper bags, because I just think it adds a nice texture, I guess, and it's still a neutral tone, so it won't clash too much with the other colors. I wanted to keep it all very soft and feminine. It's kind of like the polar opposite of my January setup, which is very dark and blue and purple and in your face. There you see I use the white lace washi tape and the pink one from Daiso. I also later on included two that I got from AliExpress, but I didn't like those too much. I'm also using this old sticker sheet from Michaels. It's I bought it and used it for my wedding scrapbook whenever I actually got married, and then I just had these left over, so I figured I'd use them up. I added a couple new pages that weren't in my January setup because I find that I was kind of missing those, but this is my first year bullet journaling, so I'm expecting to tweak things as I go. I have really been using it a lot. When I first started bullet journaling, I didn't think I would get that much use out of it, and maybe I would get frustrated, but I have been using it so much, and it's been very, very helpful. What else? So this is obviously my February page, so I'm just gonna write February and write out a little mini calendar on the paper bag. I know a lot of people do a 2-page spread with a big calendar that you can write in, but I've never found that to be useful. Even when I used planners and they had those, I would kind of use it, but not really. In the front of my bullet journal I have the yearly overview, and that's where I write things that are obviously far in advance. What else? So now we're moving on to the habit tracker. So I, in pencil, drew a rose on the background, and then obviously I went over with my fine liners. I colored it in with the Tombow, the lightest pink from the pastel set. I just got those. I got the Galaxy and the pastel one, and I really, really like them. And I think this is going to start a new addiction to collecting these. After that, went in with the white lace washi tape because I think that gave it kind of a nice contrast against the pink background. I did like using it on just a plain white background, but you obviously can't see it as well, especially on video. In person, because it's kind of like a cloth texture, you can see it better. So I then wrote out the months on the little paper bags for my habit tracker. I'll just be coloring in, I think, the day that I do said thing. If I work out that day, I'll color in the number with probably the same pink Tombow marker. So the habits I wrote down were floss, workout, read, art, YouTube work, and the last one is no, and then little money symbol. So no spending money, because that's a habit I need to get into. Obviously, if I pay a bill, that doesn't count, but spending money on food or Tombow markers, that I need to stop. After the habit tracker, I moved on to the chores page. that'll come up in a bit. Here I'm just drawing out the little squares. It was very tedious to write in all those numbers. I really need to get like a stamping block, or I know there are even washi tapes that have like months written out. I tore up the pages, like I cut them out with a scissor and then tore around the edges just to give it kind of a natural look. I think that's the theme, natural and texture. Anyways, chores page. So I did workouts, meal prep, cleaning like I did in January, but I changed it up a bit because I found that I wasn't just doing some of these things only once in the month. I just kind of left more blank space so I can add in if I'm doing something new, or I don't know, I just felt like I was kind of constricted with January's setup for the chores tracker. And then I colored them in pink and added a couple more stickers from that sticker sheet. Those stickers, I like them, they're very nice, and stickers are obviously a quick way to add some interest without having to go in and draw something, but they just make the book very thick. So I definitely have to now use the strap to keep it closed. And when you're trying to draw on a page, as you can see me now struggling to write this habit tracker title, when you're trying to draw on that page and it's like kind of puffed up in one area because of that thick sticker, it is very, very annoying. But next time, if I do use these types of stickers, I'll know to plan ahead and kind of do my drawing and outlining and then add in the stickers. Now I think I'm just going to move on to the chores tracker. Yep, there I go. Yeah, nothing special with the chores tracker, and that was on purpose. I knew I wanted to keep it minimal. I do like these two washi tapes, but they were starting to run low, so I don't think I'm going to have them for very long. So I'm happy to have the AliExpress ones, but they suck. I mean, they're cheap, that's the point, but they're just like stickers, because these are actual like lace, like I don't know, they feel like cloth with obviously a sticky back, but the AliExpress ones are just stickers. I don't know, it's not as nice. But I still do like AliExpress for washi tapes and things like that. That's like not worth spending that much money on, even though they take, I think my whole order took 2 months to get here. Whatever. So after the chores page, I moved on to my YouTube page. I forgot to add a title to it. I kind of just went in with the 2 little trackers that I need, but that's fine. I know what it is. So obviously I did my followers tracker, same thing every Sunday, just write down how many followers I have that day. And then just some type of blank space for video ideas. I did make like a brain dump page, and that's the very next page, but I found it useful to just have somewhere to write down only video ideas. I didn't complete all those video ideas, but now I know where they are. If I'm like stumped for a video idea, I know I can just like flip through January or February's video idea page. Again, I just ripped up the little sandwich bag, and I used the pink lace washi tape as like my header for the title, and there I wrote followers tracker and video ideas. And then I added another wedding dress sticker and another sticker that said something borrowed. You'll see in the final flip through I tried to keep them in order. I think I did, yeah. And then the page next to this YouTube page is just my brain dump. I wrote down to try and name it Lace Space. I thought that was cute, but it just seemed pointless to write a name for it. So I just did the white washi tape from AliExpress, because I knew I wasn't going to be writing on it like I am with these. If I tried to write on the AliExpress ones, it's just going to rub off because it's like vinyl sticker. And then I added another one of the like something blue, obviously next to something borrowed. And then I drew a little rose on a piece of the sandwich paper bag. I colored it in, but I don't know how I feel about it colored in. I later went in, like, after the video and gave it some white gel pen highlights, which I think makes it a lot more interesting. But I don't know, I think it kind of looked cute with just the outline. And then after that page was done, I did my weekly spread. I've been doing these, like, I guess columns a lot more than, it was kind of more free-flowing how I did it for my January setup. But in the weeks that followed that January setup, obviously, I have been incorporating the style that you're going to see now. I don't know what the name is. I don't know. I know there are names for these types of setups, but sorry. I added some of the pink AliExpress washi tape because I hadn't used that yet. And then another little piece of sandwich paper bag thing. After the video, I went in and I drew like a little rose with the white gel pen, which I think is maybe how I'm gonna start adding cute little details to the weekly spreads. I wish I would have done this page differently. I didn't plan this one out in my little setup, but what I would have done is kind of kept it in the less boxy and then like the kind of free flow where you just write the number and the day and that's it. I would have done like a little rose and then wrote like the day of the week in the flower and then just written Monday next to it and just keep it going and do 4 per page, 3 per page, whatever. So I still added a little note section. I've been doing that a lot just to keep it even, I think, but also I really need it because I don't want to put it in like the brain dump page if it's just like a note that only applies to this week or like a note for what has to get added to the next week whenever I do that setup, because I know I'm just gonna forget about it. Here I'm using those Barnes & Noble dual brush pens. I think they're Punctuate, maybe. They're nice, but the barrels are very thin, so I tried to use one of the lighter ones to color in like the big flower for the habit tracker, but I was like, this is just gonna die. Let me use the Tombow one. But they are nice if you don't want to spend the money, and I got those at like a Barnes & Noble clearance bin. I think they were like 30% off. So they're good. I don't know anything about calligraphy. I should probably learn something if I'm going to be bullet journaling because I always see everybody's beautiful spreads and mine aren't as beautiful. I think my handwriting's kind of sloppy. So maybe that'll be one of the next videos on this channel, trying to teach myself how to learn calligraphy or hand lettering. See, I don't even know what's what. But anyways, that's the video pretty much. I do like a kind of close-up flip through. I really, really love the first 2 pages where it's just like the collage and then the February cover page. That just makes me so happy. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next week. And yep, that's it. Bye.